Hello, lovely viewers. This is your number one YouTube sports channel, and of course, Monster Messi. I am your sports teacher, and we are going to bring you live updates from the world of sports that happened today, 22nd March 2026. If today is your first time watching our video, please like, share, and comment, and join this family. Share for your friends to see all the live updates around the world of sports. Please stay tuned for the updates coming today. Now let's go straight to England. That was a very tough match happened there today. Yes, that's the Wembley Sports Stadium. That's between Arsenal versus Manchester City. It ended in a 2-0 victory for Manchester City, the Sky Blues. So Manchester City won today's game. That's the Carabao Cup final. So Manchester City are the 2026 Carabao Cup final. Of course, the first cup for Antoine Semenyo, the Ghanaian international, a very massive victory for Manchester City. Now, a whole lot also happened at that same place, that's the same England, that's the EPL. The first match that took place was Newcastle at the St. James Park, also hosted Sunderland, and it ended in a 2-1 victory for Sunderland. So Sunderland came to St. James Park and then they took the maximum 3 points. Now let's go to Aston Villa versus West Ham United at the Villa Park. So Aston Villa also hosted West Ham United and it ended in a 2-0 victory for Aston Villa at the Villa Park. So Aston Villa also attained their 3 points. Now let's go straight to the Spurs Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur versus Nottingham Forest and it ended in a 3-0 victory for Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest came to the Spurs Stadium and they won all the maximum 3 points by scoring 3 goals to 0. Now let's go straight to the Spanish La Liga. And of course, the early kickoff that went on today, that was between Barcelona at the new Spotify Camp Nou versus Rayo Vallecano. And it ended in a 1-0 victory for Barcelona. Brian called Ronald Arroyo had that single goal for Barcelona at the Spotify Camp Nou. Yes, that's the new Spotify Camp Nou. Of course, ever since Barcelona went there, they've never lost a home game, whether in the Champions League or in the Spanish La Liga. They've never lost a game at the new Spotify Camp Nou. Now let's go straight to Celta Vigo versus Deportivo Alaves at the Estadio Bernabeu, and it ended in a 4-3 victory for Deportivo Alaves. So Deportivo Alaves 4, Celta Vigo 3. So Deportivo Alaves came to Celta Vigo's home and they secured all the maximum 3 points. Now a big game that happened this match weekend, that's Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, and it ended in a 3-2 victory for Real Madrid. That's the Los Blancos, the White Angels. It ended in a 3-2 victory for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid have secured all the 3 points at their home ground at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Now let's go straight to Italy. That's the Serie A. And then the early kickoff for today was Como versus Pisa. Como 5, Pisa 0. Atlanta versus Verona. Atlanta 1, Verona 0. Bologna stayed at home and then hosted Lazio. Lazio scored 2, Bologna 0. Roma hosted Lecce. Roma 1, Lecce 0. Fiorentina also sat at home and then hosted Inter Milan. And it ended in a 1-1 draw between Fiorentina and Inter Milan. Now let's go straight to Germany. That's the German Bundesliga, football made in Germany. Mainz 05 sat at home and then hosted Frankfurt. It ended in a 2-1 victory for Mainz 05. St. Pauli also sat at home and then hosted Freiburg. It ended in a 2-1 victory for Freiburg. Augsburg also sat at home and then invited Stuttgart in today's game. It ended in a 7-goal margin. So Stuttgart 5, Augsburg 2. Now let's go straight to the French League 1. Lyon hosted AS Monaco and it ended in a 2-1 victory for AS Monaco. Olympic Marseille also sat at home and then hosted Lille. Lille won by 2-1. That was Lille came all the way to Marseille, and they scored 2, Marseille scored 1 at the Orange Palladium Stadium. Yes, that's the name of Olympic Marseille Stadium. Now let's go to Nantes versus Strasbourg at the Stade de la Bourgie, and then Strasbourg 3, Nantes 2. So these are the live update that came on for today, 22nd March 2026 from the world of sports. And of course, if today is your first time you are seeing our channel, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Share for at least 5 people for them to see the live updates that went on today. And of course, massive congratulations to Manchester City for winning the Carabao Cup this season. Please stay tuned for the next update. We'll bring you live updates from the world of sports, and especially it's football. This is your sports teacher, and of course your number one YouTube sports channel, Monster Messi. Please stay tuned.